Everybody, Kim here on the Homestead. So I wanted to do a segment today on sustainable eating on the Homestead. Um, Yesterday we had posted that we got our first snowshoe hare rabbit, and I just wanted to basically say that I wasn't holding it up and smiling as it being a trophy. I was holding it up and smiling because it was hard work to get that rabbit. Um, I've never snared a rabbit before. We chose to do snares because the indigenous people used to use snares made out of sinew, which is basically leather that they made from other animals that they processed. Um, and it's the route that we chose. Now, anybody that knows us knows that we are absolute animal lovers. Between Katrina and I, we've probably had 10 dogs in the 22 years we've been together. We've probably had 10 cats in the 22 years we've been together. I actually had a rabbit as a child, and it happened to be a white rabbit. And so catching a snowshoe hare rabbit and processing that rabbit for the first time was pretty emotional for both of us. And Patrina's never done it before, so I had to walk her through it, and she's doing a phenomenal job, with processing of animals right now. And so, I just wanted to make sure everybody understands that we are doing this simply for a sustainability reason. When we decided to retire, it was to hunt and fish and grow our own food and live a subsistence lifestyle. And hunting is one of the parts of it, that some people may have a difficult time with. And, we are choosing to do it, and not many people actually get to live this way and be resourceful and know where their where their food is coming from and their meat is coming from. And normally you just go to the grocery store and you buy whatever's there. It's convenient, it's easy, it's processed by somebody else. Think about chicken. So you go to the grocery store and you buy chicken. And I actually have a funny story with this. Patrina and I used to buy chicken at the grocery store too, early in our relationship. And then we started to buy our chicken at a local farmer when we lived in Pennsylvania for probably the last 15 years. And the first time I brought fresh killed chicken home, Patrina looked at it and she said, "There's something wrong with this chicken." And I'm like, "What do you mean there's something wrong with it?" It was actually pink. The flesh was pink and fresh and nice looking. When you buy it at the grocery store, it's almost yellow.
Because it's injected with fat.
And whitish because it's injected with fat. And the chickens are grown, in these giant farmhouses, brooding pens, and then they're sent right off to the processor in mass numbers. And, it's just different. And we actually have chickens here now in Montana. And, right now we just have egg-laying chickens, but eventually they're going to get old and they'll have to be processed too. So we're going to have to process chickens at some point. We are going to get meat chickens next year to raise them and process them. And we're also going to get bunnies to raise and process them as well. But so, when you talk about hunting and sustainability and taking the life of an animal, it's hard. And, we appreciate everything that we're given right now that is presenting itself to us. We did have to unfortunately shoot 2 squirrels already because the squirrels are just all over our house. We live in a wooden house and they're just like running up the side of the house in the middle of the night, and it's just ridiculous. So the squirrels, we're shooting them, but we're eating them. We're not just shooting them and killing them and whatever. But when Patrina and I made this decision, I would say roughly 15 years ago when we lived in Pennsylvania, we really started to think about where our meat came from even there. And the location that we lived in, within 5 miles of our house, there were 3 large meat processing companies. So there was the large one that did just beef. There was one that did pigs. And then there was another one that did veal. And that was all within 5 miles of our house. And so all these animals are raised somewhere, then they're shipped in tractor trailers. We would see the tractor trailers with pigs and cows in them all the time, going up and down 309, and we knew exactly where they were headed. And so they went to a giant slaughterhouse. And so we made a decision when we lived in Pennsylvania to start being conscious about where our food came from then. And we had a local bison farm near us. And literally, we could see the bison being raised out in the fields. And then they were shipped to a small local butcher about 5 miles north of us, who processed only like 3 animals a day. And we knew exactly how they were being treated and processed. And with the bison, we actually also, from that same place, got buffalo hearts, livers, and tongue. And we would process them and dehydrate them for our business, for our company, Bruce Gets Dog Bones. And we would make jerky out of them. That same place would process grass-fed cows, local grass-fed cows, again, only 3 a day. And we would get the livers from grass-fed cows and also process that and make jerky for our company as well. So we started to really think about, where our food was coming from then. And we didn't buy our meats at a grocery store. Even, beef. We would get beef in small batches, and you pay more for it, and it's not as convenient as just going to the grocery store. But we started to think about this a long time ago. And now that we're here in Montana, we got here in September, and you can't get a hunting license for 6 months until you're a resident. So we weren't able to hunt anything this winter at all. And we're actually really pretty sad that we had to buy our groceries at the grocery store. And we couldn't grow anything quick enough, through the winter to get us started. So I'm not going to say we're struggling through the winter, but we're being resourceful with what we're doing. But for example, the rabbit that we got, if we had been able to grow vegetables this past year, we would have had our own carrots, our own potatoes, and our own tomatoes that could have gone into a stew that we're making. We're making the rabbit actually today, and Katrina's doing rabbit cacciatore.
Yes.
And so it's canned crushed tomatoes that are in it. Actually, all the herbs that are in it are ours from Pennsylvania. We brought them with us. We dry all of our own herbs, basil, thyme, oregano, rosemary, everything. And we just have bottles of all of our own herbs. So at least we had that. And, but next time, we might have a rabbit, we might have all of our own vegetables in it, which would be really cool. Anybody that does know us knows that we had a big garden in Pennsylvania. And so we can a lot of our own products. We make spaghetti sauce, salsa, jams and jellies, all kinds of stuff, applesauce. And we probably brought with us cross country 15 cases
probably
of stuff that we canned, So we're choosing to live this lifestyle, and we're very privileged and we're very honored to do it traditionally and correctly. Like even the rabbit, we're keeping its pelt, and we're going to process that. We're going to dry all the bones, and in the springtime then we have a mocachetti, which is a volcanic
mortar and pestle,
and I'm going to grind all the bones down, and the bones will actually go into our garden as well. We keep all of our eggshells and we grind them down. So every part of that animal is going to be used here on our homestead, whether it's for our nutritional value or to grow new things. So I just want to make sure people understand that, yesterday when we got that animal and I was holding it up and I was smiling, it's not because it was a trophy, it's because it was a lot of hard work. We had been tracking rabbits for 10 days, probably 14 days, something like that.
It was almost 2 weeks.
And this was the first one we got. And we're very respectful we're trying to be really good stewards of the land. So we check our traps every single day. We're not using a snow machine to go out and check our traps. We do it all on foot. It takes an hour and a half from start to finish from the time we start checking our traps. And I just want everybody to know that we're so appreciative of where we live and have the opportunity to do this, because people just don't realize, taking an animal's life is a big deal. and everybody pretty much just goes to the grocery store and you get what you get, and somebody else did the work.
Well, and when was the last time we've been to town to go to the grocery store?
We have not been to town since December 17th.
And today's January 28th, and we're not going for another week.
And we're not going to town until February 4th, and the only reason we're actually going is because I have a dentist appointment, and we both have haircuts. We're both like looking like ragged women right now. And to pick up our mail, and we'll get groceries. But if, like this time next year, hopefully we won't even have to go to town to get groceries, because we'll have had enough meats that we've processed, we'll have enough vegetables that we've grown, we'll have enough of our own chickens and rabbits and eggs and everything, and we won't even have to go out, which is, you know, kind of what our whole goal was here. But when we talk about, you know, sustainable living, there's a lot of choices that you have to make, and we're making them, and sometimes they're hard, but you know, we're very happy and we're very fortunate. And you know, we live in the middle of nowhere, like literally. We have no neighbors at all. We were out on the snow machine, I don't know, 2 weeks ago or something, and we're driving around, and we found some other camps where people come in probably just for the summer and come from different states, California, Texas, wherever. But there's nobody else out here. Number one, it's a hard life. And you have to really be set up to be sustainable. And everything that we have are solar and, you know, generators, and, you know, it's just, it's a lot, but we love it and we're having fun. And, so we just want to share that with you. And, I mean, you can tell, you know, it's emotional for us to have this conversation, but we want to make sure everybody understood where we're coming from. And, you know, when you go to the grocery store again and you pick up your chicken or your pork or your beef or your whatever, think about how many other people processed that before it even got to you on your table, and how that animal was treated, because a lot of times, you know, they're not always treated great. The cows are shuttled in one after another and slaughtered and processed and slaughtered and processed, and you know, the pigs and hogs are the same way, and chickens, pretty much everybody knows about chickens, you know. But you know, so we feel very blessed and honored to be able to live this way and live traditionally and harvest our own food. So just want to share with you. If anybody has any comments, questions, concerns, whatever, obviously you can reach out to us. You know, we're a total open book right now, and whatever we have to share and what we've learned, we're willing to share and spread it out there. So anything else, Patrina, want to add?
No, I think you covered everything.
Cool. All right, everybody, Kim and Patrina signing off from the homestead. Pinto is sleeping at my feet. We were out snowshoeing today in some pretty deep stuff, and we are all exhausted. So yeah, just wanted to share this with you. All right, take care from the homestead. See you next time. Cheers.